Hey everyone, Jen at Ink Paper Rubber here with you on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Have some great new goodies to share with you today. We'll give people a chance to hop on here before we get started, but we have some new tailored expressions. We also have some brand new Avery Elle, and I also have some samples to show you of some other products that we have in stock. So lots of good things to share with you this afternoon. Same thing applies. You are happy to shop from our video if you would like. To do that, all you need to do is comment sold and the item number that you want to purchase. And we just take the comments in the order that we get them in. Because a lot of these are new items, if we do run out, we may be able to order more in. But if you see something you want, I encourage you not to wait, especially when we get to Avery Elle. I noticed when I looked up samples on their websites that a lot of these new products are already out of stock. So if there's something you just have to have, don't wait. Of course, we are always happy to ship. If you need us to ship, just comment ship, add that to your comment as well. For the items from this afternoon's video, we would ask that if you do purchase something, that you go ahead and come by the store to pay and pick it up by the end of the weekend, or if you can't make it in, give us a phone call and you can pay for it over the phone, and we are happy to hold on to it. Otherwise, if we don't hear from you by the end of the weekend, we may release the items to someone else. So do that. And again, hey there, Jan. Hey, Tracy. If you don't hear from me, you can assume that you got the item. I usually will only comment back to you if you didn't get something that you wanted. So again, if you don't hear from me, you can assume that you got the item and that you need to pay for it by the end of this weekend. If you have any questions, you can always message me or give us a call and double check. So see, we have a number of people on. Let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to show you some samples first from some products that we have in stock. Some of these samples have been in the newsletter, but I know everybody gets their content in different ways. Some people don't look at the newsletters. They prefer to see it on Facebook. So I thought that I would share some of these samples in here. Hey there, Sally. Hey, Linda. First thing I want to show you are some of the Birch Press ornament layering dies. These are all sets of 3 different dies that layer together and to make some really, really beautiful holiday ornaments. This first one, and you are welcome, these are all things we have in stock. You're welcome to purchase from these as well. This first one is the flicker ornament. It is $40, but it includes 3 dies, and you can't really tell from that picture, but this is what you get when you layer those 3 together, all done up in these different glitter papers. Makes this really fabulous ornament. So that is the flicker ornament set, and it is $40. All of these are $40 as a matter of fact. This one is the twinkle ornament. It's also $40, and it is a set of 3 dies. And this is what you get from that one. Really, really beautiful. This one isn't in glitter, but we have some shimmer paper. I love it in the grays and the silvers. And finally, for the layering ornaments, the last one we have is the bell ornament set. Again, 3 dies for $40. And this one has a nice space. The Noel does not come with this. This is from I think Poppy Stamps die set, but you can also stamp a small sentiment there in the middle of this one. So that one is the bell ornament layer, and all 3 of those die sets are $40. Another layering die set that is not that is not an ornament is the Flora Heart, and this set is only $30. And it does include the 3 different layers in it as well. And this is what it looks like when it is cut out. And one of the things that's really fun that you can do with all of these is this was actually originally cut out of white cardstock, and it was used as a mask to do some stenciling with some ink. So here you can see what that looks like when you do that. And once you color with your ink, your white masks turn into those colors, and so then you can just take them and layer them up. So it's kind of like getting 2 for the price of 1. So those are the layering dies that we have from Birch Press. Wanted to show you this sample with a die from Hero Arts. This is a silhouette die, and it's a little bit difficult to really tell what it looks like. This is the underwater pillar frame. It is $12 for this die, and this is what that looks like when you cut it out. You can see the corals and the underwater pillars, and I just did a distress oxide background there for that ocean background. I do think, however, it would look amazing if you stamped this background, which is the deep sea background from Hero Arts that is $12. I think it would look really amazing if you stamped and colored that and put it behind the pillar frame. The next ones are some dies and stencil combos. And here is the first one. Sometimes I think as card makers we forget that stencils basically let us create our own background paper in whatever colors we want to use. So these are some stencils from Studio Light. This one is, they don't give names to them, they just give them numbers. This one is NR33 and it is just $6. And I think it's really pretty. They kind of look like leaves done up here in these fall colors. And for the thanks down there was using this die from Memory Box. It's the Seaside Thanks die, and it is $5. We have another stencil and die combo on this card right here. Love the color choices on here. This one uses another Studio Light stencil. This one is NR30. It is also $6. And the birthday sentiment comes from this Memory Box die. The birthday cursive script circle die, it is $12. So there is what those look like paired together. Next we have just some dies. The first one is another Birch Press die, but this is just a single die. It is the String Art Circle die, and it is $14. And this is what this looks like when you cut it out. Really fun. I cut this out of 3 different colors and layered them together and just offset. And in case you're wondering, I was not about to glue all of these little pieces down, so I just glued the centers together. So these are all loose here, so it made it much, much quicker to put together. So that is the String Art Circle die for $14. And one last sample here for you today is using the geodesic oval die from Memory Box. This is $28, but it is a set of 3 dies, and these are these fun kind of, to me these make really great frames. And so that's what I did on this Halloween card here. I die cut Happy Halloween out of glitter paper. I think that's an Impression Obsession older die. And I cut out one of the frames, and it is also out of glitter paper. And thanks to my friend Tracy, who had the amazing idea, I didn't have any orange glitter paper, so we cut it out of white and colored it with orange alcohol markers. I also think this would be really pretty done out of maybe some gold glitter paper or some gold mirror paper as a frame to frame a Christmas sentiment that was stamped. So that is the Geodesic Oval Trio die set for $28. As you can see, you get 3 different sizes. The one I used on this card was the middle size. All right, let's get into the new goodies that we have here. First of all, we are starting to get in some of the new Dina Wakley media. We don't have everything that we have ordered in yet, but hopefully we will be getting more soon. But we did get in 2 of the stamp sets. This first one is called Be Willing. It is a cling stamp set. It is $23, and you get these really nice, I like these leaves, kind of a little bit grungy looking. You just get here the circles and the patterns, and then you also get the reverse sentiment stamps here. Be willing to play, fall in love with the process, be brave, be bold. All good sentiments to keep in mind when we are working on our creative endeavors. That one is Be Willing, and it is $23. We also got the stamp set Everyone is Welcome. It is likewise $23, and it has these beautiful architectural window stamps on it, as well as some sentiment sets, including the title phrase, Everyone is Welcome. That is $23. We have in some more of the new Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous. I have, this is kind of a special deal that I have this one anatomy chart stamp set for $22. This was one of Tim's new stamps. This is kind of a skeleton. You can see the different parts of the skeleton or the anatomy there, the bones, the ribs, the skull. That is anatomy, and it is $22. We also got in the mini stencil set that has the 3 new large stencils, which we got in previously there. You can see the deco, the ironwork, and the script stencil, and they are just in a smaller size, and that is the mini stencil set for $12. We also got in some of Tim's Halloween ideology. The first thing that we got in is his Halloween label tape, and this is $5.25. This is actually like a plastic tape that's printed, so it's like the tape that you get out of the label maker. So it's not the softer washi tape. You get 2 spools in here, and you can see it has some different Halloween words on it. There you can see what is on each one of those different label tapes. So that is the Halloween label tape. And we also got in these amazing resin toadstools. This is $6, and you get 3 different sizes in here. These are made out of resin, and they are obviously 3-dimensional, and the detail on these is absolutely amazing. I just think these are fabulous. That's the resin toadstools for $6. Next up, we have a die. This is one of the few things on here that is not brand new, but I needed to order this for someone. It had been out of stock and finally came back in stock. We got back in another one of the Luna Fairy Edger dies. This one has been very popular. This is $20. And here is a sample card that you can see. This just, we did a background, kind of a galaxy background, and put that on there in black. Really, really nice. So that's the Luna Fairy Edger die for $20. I got in a new paper pad. This is a 6x8 paper pad, and I have 6x6, but it is 6x8. It is $7. It is the marble paper pad, and the paper in here is really amazing. These great marble patterns. It reminds me of some of the alcohol ink backgrounds that Jan did with the foil. Just really amazing backgrounds. You could die cut these. I think they would be great under even something like this Luna Fairy Edger die on one of these backgrounds. Like maybe that one would be really amazing. So that is the marble 6x8 paper pad for $7. This is another item that we did get back in stock. We sold out very quickly. This is kind of out of our normal wheelhouse, but they have proved stitching is getting popular in card making. And this is not for card making, but this is a cross-stitch kit. It has everything that you need in it. It has the pre-printed pattern there. It has this cute little frame, and it also comes with all the thread and needle. That's the Greenhouse cross-stitch kit for $7.50. This next stamp is absolutely gorgeous. This is from Colorado Craft Company. It is the Holiday Ornament, and it is one of their big and bold line. It is $20, and this ornament is really quite large. It's larger than an A2 card, but keep in mind that you don't have to use the whole thing on your card. I forgot to pull a sample up, but hopefully I can bring one up and show it to you. Really, really gorgeous. It also comes with some really nice holiday sentiments on it. And you even have the stamp here that you can stamp the hanger for it. So that is the Big and Bold Holiday Ornament Stamp Set for $20. And we also got in some holiday trims from Prima. This is part of their Sugar Cookie Christmas line. You may remember this paper that we got in a few weeks ago has been very, very popular. There's other papers in this line. And this is the tinsel trim that goes with that line. It is $5, and you can see you get the 3 different colors, the pink, the gold, and the white. So that is the Sugar Cookie tinsel trims. All right, next up, we have some new items from Tailored Expressions. They recently had 2 new small releases. The first one was some new designer dangle earring dies, and these are designed to work with the original drop-in earring die. So this particular die, I want to be clear, it does not cut out this shape. If you look at it, it is in that shape, but there is no cutting edge along the edge of that die. So this is only designed to cut out that pattern in the middle. If you have the original drop-in die, it has an opening where it fits it perfectly in there so you can get it centered just right every single time. And so this one is the drop-in snowflake, and it is $5. These are all the same thing. They don't cut out the shape. They only cut out the inside piece. This one is the drop-in jack-o'-lantern. It is $5. And lastly, we have the drop-in Christmas tree, and it is also $5. I will tell you that you do not have to have the original drop-in die in order to use these. If you have any of their dies that are large enough, you can cut this shape out of those dies. They have some samples where they've done it with some of their circles, and technically you could even hand cut your own shapes and make your own backgrounds and then cut these out of the center of it. So those are the 3 new drop-in dies that we have. We did get back in, this was from a prior release, it is the bokeh layering stencil, and it is a set of 3 different stencils. It is $21, and you can see it has these great circles on it that give you the fun bokeh pattern. So that stencil, the bokeh layering stencil, is $21. These next 4 items are all part of their fall and Thanksgiving release. This first one is a sentiment set. It is hand-lettered Thanksgiving. It is $14, and you get these 4 different sentiments on here. Fall and Thanksgiving, grateful. And you can see these are pretty good size sentiments here. So that is the hand-lettered Thanksgiving for $14. This next one is part of their tag team line. They have a line of tag dies that they have a lot of stamp sets that work with, but a lot of people are getting these even without using with the tag team stamp. This is their Thanksgiving tag team. It is a clear stamp set. It is $15. And you can see you get all of these different sentiments on here that you can use with or without their tag team dies, some large ones and some smaller ones. You also get all of these great fall icons here, some leaves, the pumpkin, the acorns, the turkey. And then these little patterns down here are designed to be stamped on the ends of the tags, but of course you could use them for other things as well. So that is the Tag Team Thanksgiving stamp set for $15. These next 2 are really amazing sets. They are combinations of stamps and stencils. The first one is fall foliage, and this is $30. And with this, you get this background stamp, and this background stamp only stamps the parts that you can see that are showing up here in black. There is a picture of what that stamp looks like. But then you get 3 different stencils that have different leaves on them that line up with the stamp. And so when you combine them together, it lets you get a background like this. You have the veins and the little dots, and then you can easily do all the different multicolored leaves using the 3 stencils that come in the set. So that is the fall foliage set for $30. And this next one is the modern tree set, and this one is $35. And with it you get this stamp set. So this is not a single background stamp. You get this outline tree with the leaves. You get here the solid stick tree that will fit stamp right inside of there, and you get with the little dots, and you also get some really amazing sentiment stamps with this. I love the font of these on here. And then in addition to that, you also get the stencils that let you stencil the leaves on there. And I will show you some samples on their websites where you can see what that looks like when you combine all of those together. So that is the modern tree set, and that is $35. All right, now we are going to move on to new Avery Elle, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when I was pulling up samples on their website, I noticed that a lot of these products are already sold out, and it probably would be 2 to 3 weeks before I would get any more of them in. So definitely, if you see something that you like, don't wait. The first one is a really cute Halloween set. I have one that's the stamp set only and one that has the stamps and dies. This is called Boo to You, and the stamp set only is $15, and it has this cute little pumpkin stamp that is open in the middle. Then we have the little cat and dog that are all dressed up for Halloween, the Boo sentiment, some other sentiments up here, some little stars, the spider web, and the pumpkin is a separate stamp, so while you can use it with the stamps on here to make a Halloween card, I think it would also be great to maybe do a fall or Thanksgiving card and put something different in the center of it. So this is the stamp set only for Boo to You. And we also have the stamp and die set that is $41. And this is what you get in the die set. You get a die that cuts out the outside of the pumpkin, but you also have it also at the same time, you can see they're connected together. It cuts out the inside opening of the pumpkin as well. And then you have dies that cut out all of the other little elements in it, the stars, the sentiment, the spider web, the little cat and dog. I didn't show you, there's also a little cauldron down here and a moon. And so it cuts out that center opening, so you could make a really cute shaker card. You could make kind of a diorama card with it. I think that this is a really great idea with this stamp and die set. So that is the set of stamps and dies, Boo to You, and it is $41. Next up, we have a cute little mid-sized fall set, and again I have a stamp set only and I have a stamps and die set. This one is called Aw Nuts. The stamp set alone is $8, and it has this little acorn with the little squirrel peeking out. He's holding his cup of hot cocoa. We have some birds, we have some leaves, a little mouse and toadstools, and the little heart. That is the Aw Nuts set for $8. And we also have it in a stamp and die set for $20. And this is the die set that you get with that to cut out all of the elements. All right, now we are moving on to Christmas and holiday. I think this first one is so cute and really unique. Again, I have stamps only and I have stamps and dies. This is called Peekaboo Christmas Train. The stamp set is $15, and you can see here we have the little Christmas train, we have the engine and a little car, and we have all kinds of things that the train can be pulling. We have a little reindeer that we can put in there for the engineer. We can be hauling packages. We have a Christmas tree and some ornaments to put on the package. There you can see that's the little reindeer hoofs that can be peeking out of the front of it. Here we have part of the Santa sack. We don't have all of it, so that you can easily have it going in the train car, and some packages and some sentiments. So that is the Peekaboo Christmas Train. The stamp set only is $15. And we also have the set that has the stamp and die, and that is $35.50. And here you can see all the dies that you get to cut out those different elements. So that is the Peekaboo Christmas Train. Next up is a sweet little set. This one we have only stamp and die sets. This one is called Winter Friends, and it is $34 for the stamp and die set. And it has all kinds of cute little animals on here. We have a little bunny that is ice skating. There you can see the little his skating trail that you can do. We have the little puppy dog all bundled up in his scarf and saying "Brr." We have a little penguin with a bird. We have a squirrel that is sledding. We have some trees, we have packages and snowflakes, some hot chocolate. Somebody can be holding some hot chocolate. And there is a Christmas tree, and there's even a little to and from on here. And here is the die set that you get, cuts out all of those elements. So that is Winter Friends, and that is $34. Next up is a standalone die, Happy Holidays. It is $14, and as you might expect, it is just the words Happy Holidays, but as you can see, it's quite large. So doing that will make for an easy card using such a large die like that. Maybe do it with a stencil background, cut it out of glitter paper. That one is the Happy Holidays die, and it is $14. Let's come down here. This next one is a fun stamp set only. It is called Nordic Patterns, and it is $15. And you can see you get all these different strip dies that you can combine in different ways to create a fun Nordic pattern sweater. It has kind of a stitched or knit look. You can see the big snowflakes, little snowflakes. There's a reverse snowflake band. Of course, the reindeer, some hearts, some zigzags. So you can combine these in a myriad of ways. There's also some individual hearts and snowflakes down here, and the Happy Holidays sentiment. And that is the Nordic Patterns stamp set for $15. Next up is a set of stamps and dies. It is called Oh Tiny Tree, and it is $35.50 for the stamp and die set. And this has a cute little kind of Charlie Brown tree, and here we have a reindeer and a bear, and we've got a bunny and a mouse and a penguin that are all decorating the tree. We have a cute little snowman here. We have another little bird here that's watching. We have some snowflakes. Of course, we have some ornaments to put on the tree, some lights, and several sentiments here. So this is the Oh Tiny Tree stamp and die set for $35.50, and there is the die set that goes with that. Next up, these are sold separately, and you can totally use them individually, but when you combine them together, they are amazing. First up is the die. This is the Holiday Circle Tags die set. It is $14, and you can see that you get a scalloped circle die, and you also get, this one is more of a pinpoint than a stitched circle die. We get the little hangers there, and we also get the to and from. So these, you can make cute little tags or holiday ornaments with them if you want. That's the Holiday Circle Tags die. But if you combine them with this set, which is just the Holiday Circle Tag stamp set for $15, all of these circle faces are sized to fit perfectly on those tags. So we have a Santa and a Nutcracker, we have the snowman and the penguin, we've got some snowflakes, and we also have a from and to. Again, both of these work great individually, but when you pair them together, they are amazing. This is the Holiday Circle Tags stamp set for $15. These next two are perfect if you are a sea, ocean, underwater lover. They are stamp sets for Christmas. This first one, you just have to love the name of it. The name of this set is Santa Jaws, and it is a stamp and die set for $35.50. And you can see that we have these different sharks here that are all ready for the holidays with the Santa hat. This one has the Christmas tree that he's taking home. And here we can see this happy one here with the big smile with the scarf on. And then we have some sentiments. Here comes Santa Jaws, Sharkmas Wishes, Shark the Herald Angels Sing, I'm Dreaming of a Great White Christmas, Jaw Humbug. So that is the Santa Jaws stamp and die set for $35.50. And a really great companion set to that would be the Joyu Narwhal stamp and die set, also for $35.50. You can see we have a narwhal on here, but we also have a whale, a penguin, we've got this turtle, and a walrus, and they're all ready for the holidays. And once again, we have some cute sentiments on here, Deck the Whales, and some others. And this one comes also with a die set, and it is $35.50. And here is a really cute stamp set, or a sample using that particular set. It does use one of their dies. I don't have that particular die. I think that's their burst die, but I do have this Ray die in stock that has a similar effect that would give make a really great background for either of these sets. And I also have the Waves die that would be awesome with either one of these. All right, one last thing to show you here today before we get to some more samples is a stamp set that is called Jingle, and it is $15. And this is great. It has some really large, bold sentiments on it. Jingle, peace, joy, fa la. And the fa and the la are separate, so you can do fa la 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 however many times you want. We have ho, you can do ho ho ho, jolly. And then we have some smaller sentiments that can complete those phrases if you want. You can do peace, love, and joy. So this is the jingle stamp set, and it is $15. All right, let's come up here and take a quick look at some samples. And if I can type one-handed, definitely want to bring up that holiday ornament stamp from Colorado Craft Company, because that is really amazing. So let me see if I can add a craft holiday ornament. There we go. Let's go to some images here. So there you can see on that background, it looks like that has been white embossed. If you do want to make a really big card, you can see there how pretty that is colored in. Here is another one where looks like they might have done a resist technique on that one. So keep in mind, you don't have to use all of your stamp on a card. That is a really, really beautiful one. It would also be really pretty, I think, if you did gold or silver embossing on a background. All right, so let's come and show you some other samples. I just wanted to show you this. This is from the Dina Wakley Everyone is Welcome. That is not a finished sample, but you can see how great those look when they're stamped up. And here is a really great sample from, I think, Tim's anatomy chart there with those ribs. So, you know, if that kind of Halloween is your jam, you definitely want to check that set out. All right, next up, here are the drop-in designer dangles from Tailored Expressions. And you can see there, I told you that you didn't necessarily have to use these with the original drop-in die. There they have used it with one of their round dies to cut out the cute little jack-o'-lantern face. So again, these dies just cut the jack-o'-lantern face openings that you see there. Here is a sample with the snowflake drop-in. And here is one with the Christmas tree drop-in. Next up, we have the tag team with the different sentiments, and you can see they're using those patterns on the ends of the tags, but those can be used for so much else because all of those big and bold sentiments you can see here, this is using one of the new stamp and stencil sets, and you can see how great those sentiments look on there. And speaking of, this is the fall foliage set, and you can see how gorgeous that is when you combine the stencil with those stamps. And the Happy Fall Y'all is from the hand-lettered Thanksgiving set. Next up is the modern tree. And I like this sample because it shows you two different ways you can do it. In this case, they used the outline stamp that had the outline of the leaves, and then they used the stencils so that they could color those in. But in this case, they did not use that stamp there. They just used the stick tree stamp and stamped that, and then used the stencils to create the colored leaves. So in the one case, they do not have the outline around them, and the other they do. Just want to take a minute to show you, because one of these samples I think is so neat. You would never even know unless you look closely that it was the same. I love how they have stamped this around the edges of this card, and I love all the bright colors on there. So that is the Modern Trees stamp and stencil set. Next up, we have some Avery Elle. This is On Nuts, although I think that it looks like maybe I have already sold all of the ones that I had from that. So cute. And there is the Boo to You, and you can see how when you have used the dies, how it cuts out that center opening, leaves a great place to create your scene in it. Next up is the Peekaboo Christmas Train. There you can see the reindeer engineer, and all piled high with the Christmas tree and the packages and Santa's bag. This one, the background is using the Nordic patterns to create that tone-on-tone background, and then the little critters are from the Oh Tiny Tree set. And here are those holiday tags that are done with the holiday circle tags die and then the circle tags stamp set. You can see how cute those are done up. Make great little ornaments or gift tags. Here we have the Happy Holidays. And I love how it looks like they put glitter paper behind there. Also, you could make that into a shaker card and then use the Winter Friends stamp set to add the little critters on there. And that does it for today. So as I mentioned, if there's something that you would like to purchase, you just need to comment sold and the name of the item. Feel free to go back and watch again, and you can comment even after the live video is over. Again, I will not contact you if you get the items that you want, only if you don't get something, and we would ask that you come in and pay and pick up your items by the end of this weekend, or if you can't make it in, just give us a call and you can pay over the phone. All right, that does it for now. Thanks everybody for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.